Hello everybody, my name is TitansBane, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. Today, we are going to be playing Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. So with the upcoming release of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, coming out on October 28th, I decided to do a playthrough of the original Bloodlines. This is, in my opinion, one of the best vampire games ever made. It is a game that has amazing writing. Admittedly, the writing and a lot of the things in this game are kinda, I guess you could say, dated, because this game did came out like in the very early 2000s, so some stuff, might not fly today, but the writing in this game and the characters are still spectacular, so I want to do a playthrough of this. Because I want to finish this game, hopefully by the time, God knows my schedule probably won't ever do it, but until Bloodlines 2 comes out, Momodora and Blackrock Shooter will be put on hold, because I want to focus all my attention on this game. So that's the plan. Another thing I wanted to address is that, yes, I am using the unofficial patch for this game, more specifically the plus version of the patch, which is beyond bug fixes. The plus version includes restoration of cut content as well as other tweaks to the game, and that's the version that I am more familiar with, so that's the one I'm going with. So without further ado, let us begin our journey. The world of darkness is a place where immortal monsters pull the strings of humanity. Violence and despair are common here. The world is bleak. The escape is something. Okay, new game starts with creating a character. So you have three choices. You can answer a series of questions. So like a, like personality quiz. You can customize everything yourself manually. Or this is like something that's like new for the unofficial patch, is that you can play as a human hunter and hunt down vampires. I have not tried this yet. Maybe I'll do this as like a bonus video or something, but for now we are only going to be doing the main story. We're going to go directly into a character, do it manually. So, from the character creation menu, we got a bunch of different vampire class. We got the Brujah, Gangrels, Malkavian, Nosferatu, Toreador, Tremere, and Ventru. Brujah are basically your tanks, your brute force, melee kind of characters. They're all about physical might and stuff. You see here, Brujah are passionate idealists and rebels, more likely to fight for their rights than write protest songs. So yeah, so they're like the more, your upfront, straightforward fighter types. Gangrels are like more agility. They're also kind of like more into like combat style stuff. They're more, but they're more about like, I want to say like more agile, a bit more agility stuff than Brujah, where Brujah is all about brute force strength. Gangrels use a little bit more, like it says here, stamina and wits, because they're not as like durable as a Brujah would be, but they still have like that ferocity. And Gangrels also have a special ability that lets them transform into like this kind of wolf-looking creature. They're not specifically a werewolf, but it's like a wolf form that they can take over. Malkavians, they're basically batshit insane, and they're batshit insane. They know stuff that they shouldn't know. It's generally recommended as a first-time player of this game to not use Malkavian unless you're really interested in the style, because of the clan. Because Malkavians, the dialogue of the Malkavians is much more cryptid and weird, and a lot of their dialogue, unless you've played the game, it kind of spoils stuff, because like I said, they have, like he says here, they have the ability of insight, which makes them insane, but they know things that the player wouldn't know, and you would need to have played the game multiple times, or at least once, to understand what exactly the hell Malkavian is talking about. So we're not playing as Malkavian. So off the bat, we are not playing as Gangrel, because I don't have a lot of experience with Gangrel, so I'm not playing as them. We're not doing Malkavian because that's going to spoil stuff. Next we got Nosferatu, which self-explanatory. If you've seen what Nosferatu looks like, you know what a Nosferatu is. Ugly as shit. But they are very smart. A lot of Nosferatu are pretty good hackers in the world of darkness. Uh, 90% of the game would is just going to be you going through the sewers because you will get masquerade violations just from being spotted because Nosferatu are just fucking ugly and their appearance alone is a masquerade violation if a human sees you. So again, we're not going to be doing Nosferatu, and that it is, and besides Malkavian, it's also the other race or the other clan that you do not want to play as on the first playthrough unless, you know, you really want to make it hard for yourself. Nosferatu is basically the hard mode of Bloodlines. Toreador, basically, they are like super, you know, like they're gonna be the kind of characters that are focusing on more on charisma. They're super, you know, handsome or beautiful and sexy, you know, stuff like that. They're all about charisma and getting what they want through through you know, sweet talking things, you know, stuff like that. Uh, don't have a lot of experience playing this stuff, so we're not gonna also again not gonna be doing them. We got Tremere, which are basically the blood mages. They are sorcerers. They are like the ones that are more heavily into blood magic than all the other clans. They're also kind of one of the more hated and not really respected clans, which is kind of sad because Tremere are fucking like pretty cool. Uh, and then we got Ventru, which is basically vampire high society royalty. They're all about, you know, upper class stuff. And one of the downsides of playing as a Ventru is that they get sick out of feeding off of like rats and homeless people because of their bad blood. So you'll be getting like debuffs from playing as them. Um, so my plan was to either go with Bruja or Tremere for this playthrough because those are the two I like playing as the most. More times than not, I've always done Bruja, but I think for this playthrough, I'm gonna go with Tremere because I really want to try out Tremere, and because we're gonna do female because I always fuck. There we go. I always prefer playing as females in games when it gives me the oh god, oh Jesus, I did not know they could do that. I just usually prefer that more because I if I'm gonna be playing a game for like a billion hours and I want to look at hot character and not a dude. We're gonna name our character. And I already got the name picked out. It's the name I usually always go with every single time. I usually always name my. There we go, Raven. I always name my female characters like Raven. I don't know. I just really like the name. And then we also got like these histories, which is like gives you other like buffs. Sometimes debuffs, sometimes more buffs. So you got medicine saleswoman, and it swaps the order of your attributes. You know, stuff like that. Uh, yeah, you advance easier, and then when you gain, yeah, so you got like a bunch of these like it's kind of like if you've ever played Fallout New Vegas, it's kind of like the traits where you know you pick your trait, but then you know you'll have you know your each trait has like a good benefit and a bad benefit. We're gonna go for none, so we're not gonna have any stat changes. And then you know you got your humanity here, basically humanity point. I'll explain it in the next slide. So in humanity points here are basically the more humanity you have, the more control you have over your character. You get humanity, you know, by doing good deeds or being a good person, you know, being able to retain your humanity against your vampire side. If your humanity points drop all the way to zero, or if you lose all your humanity points, then your character kind of goes berserk and you lose control of them for a while, and they just start doing whatever they want, just attacking, killing whoever they see, which really can screw you over. These little faces are here are your masquerade points. Basically the masquerade in Vampire the Masquerade is basically you have to pretend to be as human as possible and not reveal your vampire side to any humans. And every time a human, every time you reveal your vampire powers or whatever in front of regular people, you lose a mask. And once you lose them all, you get an instant game over because the vampire society is gonna hunt you down and kill you. Anyways, so yeah, these are your attributes and stats. This is your character sheet. We are going, so you got a bunch of different attributes. We're gonna go for one in physical, one in intelligence, and I'm gonna do 1 in wits. And then you got your talents. You can have so you know, there's different talents here. We're gonna put 1 in brawl, and then we're gonna do 1 in subterfuge. And then for skills, we're gonna put 1 in security. And then for knowledge, I'm gonna put 2 in computer and 1 in scholarship. And then for disciplines, you got your different vampire abilities. Auspice, it enhances your abilities. Dominate, lets you control a character. Yeah, it lets you mind control character. Auspice adds 1 point to wits. Lasts for 30 seconds. Dominate, and then I never know how to fucking pronounce this. Dominate, whatever it is. The effects is regular, blah blah. We're gonna go for 1 point in that one. Anyways, so that's going to be all of our things. Another thing to note is that in this game, fighting enemies or whatever, you do not, the only way to gain experience points in this game is by completing quests. You cannot get experience points from, fighting or whatever. You can only get them through quests or from little other side things. Anyways, we are done building our character. Let us get on with it. The Embrace, the act of transforming a mortal into a vampire.
I want to show you something.
He's gonna show me something. Oh god, apparently it wasn't that good. He showed me his penis. No! We got bit. We're vamped now. We got embraced against our will. And there was a fucking big-ass machete there. What the hell? Saphode. Wake up, fool! You've been vampirismed. You got the sanguinis vampire, whatever the hell they call it in Elder Scrolls. This dude's just chilling, like, hey, what's up? Oh god. That's it. It's over. Game is done. Immediately die. Stake through the heart. It's over.
Good evening. My fellow Kindred. My apologies for disrupting any business or interfering with prior
I never
engagements
understood why
you may
the
have
fuck
had
they
this
put the
evening.
subtitles in the top
It's
right, in
unfortunate
the
that
top
the
left
affair that
corner like
gathers
that.
us
It's so
together
weird.
tonight
Such a weird
is a
decision to
troubling
put
one.
subtitles.
We are here because the laws that bind our
It's like
society,
Dragon Age, where
the
they put the
laws that are
subtitles at the
fabric
top of the
of our
screen instead of the
existence,
bottom. It was
have
so
been broken.
distracting.
As Prince, I am within my rights to grant or deny the
Yeah,
Kindred
so
of this
now we're
city
in Vampire
the
Court,
privilege
Vampire
of
Trial.
siring. Many of you have come to me seeking permission, and I have endorsed some of these requests. However, the accused that sits before you tonight was not refused permission. Indeed, my permission was never sought at all. They were caught shortly after the embrace of this child.
Oh.
It pains me to announce the sentence, as up to tonight I considered the accused a loyal and upstanding member of our organization. But as some of you may know, the penalty for this transgression is death.
Yep.
Know that I am no more adjudicator than I am
So in other words,
servant
basically,
to the law that
the
governs
guy
us
that turned
all.
us into a vampire, he needed permission from
Let
this dude right
tonight's
here, who was the
proceedings
prince
serve as a
of
reminder to our
LA.
community
And
that we
he needed
must
permission, like, hey, I
adhere to
want to
the
make
code
someone
that
into a
binds
vampire.
our
And the prince,
society,
can either accept or
lest we
deny it.
endanger all of
But the
our
guy
kind.
just went and did it without even asking the prince. And so
Forgive
he
me.
got caught. And so now he's going to get
Let the
executed
penalty
for,
commence.
going against the law. Masquerade law. Off with his head.
Which leads to the fate of the ill-begotten progeny. Without a sire, most childer are doomed to walk the earth never knowing their place, their responsibility, and most importantly, the laws they must obey. Therefore, I have decided that
This is bullshit!
I have decided that this is bullshit. How dare he say that?
All I'm saying is that he better not do it.
if Mr. Rodriguez would let me finish, I have decided to let this kindred live.
Sure you
They
were.
shall be instructed in the ways of our kind and be granted the same rights. Let no one say I am unsympathetic to the plights and causes of this community. I thank you all for attending these proceedings, and I hope their significance is not lost. Good evening.
Good evening. Also, another fun fact is that this game is made completely in Valve's Source engine, the same engine that powered Half-Life, Half-Life 2 and all that. If I remember correctly, this game was run on like an unfinished
Your
or
sire.
very
Tragic.
old
My
and dated
apologies.
version of the
But you
Source
see,
engine.
there is a
Because I'm
strict
pretty
code
sure
of
that this
conduct
game
that all of us
was in development during the same time as Half-Life 2.
adhere to
I don't remember
if we
what it was.
wish
It was
to
either that
survive.
Valve didn't want to give them the
When
finished
someone,
version because they wanted
anyone,
Half-Life
breaks
2 to
these
be the
laws,
first Source engine
they
game or
undermine the
something like
well-worn
that.
fabric
I'm
of
not
our
entirely sure.
centuries-old
I don't remember
society.
exactly what the whole deal with that
Understand my
was, but
predicament.
yeah, so
Allowing you to live
that's also
makes me
another thing that was
directly
sad about this
responsible for
game
your
is that
subsequent behavior.
this game
So,
was, when
what
it
I'm
first
offering
launched,
is
it
not
was
generosity,
completely broken, filled
but the
with bugs. You can
opportunity
play this
to
game without
transcend
the
the
unofficial
fate
patch,
woven
but
by your
it's
sire.
highly, highly recommended to get the unofficial
This
patch
is your trial.
because this game is
You
broken
will be
beyond
brought to
belief.
Santa Monica. There, you will meet an
And the
agent
unofficial
by the
patch
name of
is
Mercurio.
is
He will
basically
provide the details
the
of
only
your
way to
labor.
play this game without
I've
constant
shown
crashing
you great
and quests being
clemency.
broken.
Prove it was more than a wasted gesture, fledgling.
Not to mention the
Don't
fact
come
that the
back
unofficial patch
until you do.
has been completely worked
Good
on by
evening.
one dude. Like the entire unofficial patch has been like um hmm, oh sorry, my throat. The entire unofficial patch has been completely made by one dude. And he's been doing, and he's still updating this fucking unofficial patch. This patch has been going on for like, I don't know, like 15 years or something. And so it's very impressive that one guy has the dedication and love for this game to keep it going. Anyways, so yeah. Uh, WASD to move. Uh, Alt to walk. Blah blah blah. Changing view as Z. Use the camera. Blah blah blah. Numpads. And then yeah, your one through 10 is your like hotbar, whatever. So yeah, you can do Z. So yeah, so this game is playable in first and third person. For the most part, you want to stay in first person. It's better that way for when you're exploring, and third person you mainly want to use for combat.
What a scene, man! Woo-wee!
Hey yo,
Maybe they just
it's our
drop you out here
boys,
like a
John
naked baby
DiMaggio,
in the woods.
aka
How about
Bender
that?
and Jake the dog.
Look, kiddo, this is probably a lot for you to take in, so why don't you let me show you the ropes? What do you say?
Who are you?
I'm Jack. What's important is I'm offering help. You make it back from Santa Monica with your hide and we'll trade life stories, okay? Till then, I got about this much time. You in or out?
Are you in or are you out? What happened in there?
Don't worry, kiddo, you'll adjust. I'd love to explain it all, but time's a-wasting. You want some help or what?
Yeah, I could use the help.
All right. Why don't we, step out back here?
Yeah, let's get away from that horrible place.
Christ, it's stuffy in there, huh? This is much better. Now, we ain't got much time, but I figure somebody should fill you in on the bare bones stuff at least, you know. Could save your hide. You look wobbly. You even had a drink yet?
Drink of what?
Oh, man, we're popping a cherry here.
Our vampire
you're gonna love
cherry.
this. All right, check it out.
We're no longer gonna
Right.
be a virgin.
It's your new rack of lamb, your new champagne, plus your new fucking heroin, kid. Get ready, though, because,
I
hey...
wonder if John DiMaggio
it's
even
never
remembers
as sweet
doing
as
this
the
game.
first time.
What do I do?
Well, down around the corner there, I saw this human...
Like, out of all the
We
roles
can't
he's
find
done, I
his
wonder
car.
if he remembers anything about his time voicing Jack in Bloodlines. So what do I
All right. You go down there, casual like. You creep up on him. You bare those little fangs and feed. Don't worry if you weren't captain of the wrestling team or something, because it'll come so naturally you think you've done it 1,000 times already.
won't he become a vampire then?
Forget that comic book crap, kid. It don't work that way. Now go for it. Be sure, though, and this is important, so listen up. Be sure not to drain them dry, okay? Might be hard to resist, but don't kill him.
Yep, that's very important. Yeah, alright. Okay. Blood is the fuel for your vampiric powers, blah blah blah. When your blood pool is low, you'll need to refill it. So yeah, so on the left bar is your health, and the right bar is your blood. You regenerate health by basically refilling your blood, and same way with your blood bar on the right. Let's go. So yeah, F to feed, and then you gotta make sure. And then then that bar appears. Make sure you do not kill him, otherwise you will lose humanity. So you wanna try to feed until either you're full or just before the guy, yeah, like somewhere close like that. You want to make sure you do not kill him. Otherwise, yeah, you lose a point of humanity for draining and killing a human like that.
Yeah. Ah, yeah. Hell yeah, you're feeling it. I can see it in your eyes.
Are you feeling it now, Mr.
Krabs?
Krabs?
Predator. Feeling that blood bubbling inside you, lifting you up. That's it, kid. That's what it's all about right there.
Great, when do I get my cape? Do I get to pick the color?
Alright now, you got the blood, you're feeling all kick-ass, feeling better than your best day living, but wait, it gets better. All Kindred, that's our word for vampire. All Kindred have a few things in common. Things that set them right square above humans on the food chain.
Yeah, like what?
Like sharper senses, a body that can take a beating, and if you play your cards right, eternal life. That's no sure bet, but still a chance at immortality's not a bad deal. And that's just for starters. Fringe benefits for joining the club.
So I'm going to live forever? Hell yeah.
Well, you can still be destroyed, but forget the books and the movies. Garlic, it's worthless. A cross? Pfft, shove it right up their ass. A stake? Only if it catches you in the heart, and then it just paralyzes you.
Yep.
Running water? That's no problem. I bathe. Occasionally. Now, a shotgun blast to the head. Oh, that's trouble, boy. Fire? That's real trouble. Sunlight? Well, you catch a sunrise and it's all over, kiddo. Get it?
Yeah, so, in other words, basically, all the usual myths and legends about vampires do not apply to the vampires or Kindred, as they refer to themselves. They do not apply to them in the World of Darkness, like he said. Basically, all the usual holy shit, for the most part, does not work. There are some hunters that use holy powers that can affect vampires, but the usual, like crosses and, stuff like that don't work. And like he said, like, you can live forever, but vampires can still die. Like, like he said, fire, that's a big weakness, as well as sunlight. Get it caught in the sun, instant death. But the vampires in this game, in the World of Darkness, can still die through conventional means, like guns and melee weapons and all that. It just takes longer because they're more durable than the average human. Got it.
Okay, now.
Oh, shit.
What the fuck is this? Look, you get inside here and head upstairs. Meet up in a bit. I'm just gonna go see what the ruckus is.
You do that. Do I go through here? At the bottom of the screen is the use icon. Blah, blah, blah. Default is E. Yeah, so shit's going down. Goddamn. Press the jump key. Blah, blah, blah. We know this. Basic controls. So yeah, so I played this game like a bunch. And I know the game. I played this game a bunch, and I have beaten it a few times. And there's a lockpick. Your feats are combined by your attributes. Blah, blah, blah. Press to use lockpick, yes. So yeah, so for the most part, I kinda know what I'm doing. But I haven't played this game, in quite a few years, so I might still forget some stuff and be a little rusty and stuff.
Come down here. Stay away from the windows. Oh, it's a Sabbat raid. Sabbat? They're, I'll spare you this shit till later. The Sabbat, well, they're mostly mindless, bloodthirsty assholes. That's all you need to know for now, alright?
So what's up?
The Sabbat got wind of the gathering here, so they figured they'd raise a little hell
What's the prince a prince of?
No time for political rundown. Job one, get out of here alive. Sabbat might be mindless, but they hit like a Mack truck, like raging savages. Nothing a fledgling like you wants to mess with.
What am I supposed to do?
Shh, shh. Heads up. Back away.
Here comes some Sabbat. And there's the big old dude that we saw in the courtroom. Holy shit. Oh my god, I gotta get out of here. And then he instantly dies. My job is done here. I'm all
Dumb, frenzied Sabbat bastards. Alright, we gotta vamoose out the back quick. I'll stay and keep a watch out. You get us into the office. The door's around the corner here.
I'm on it. Yep, and you got your quest log, which is L. And I'm pretty sure I is your inventory, and then C is your character sheet, yes. So basically the Sabbat that we saw there, the guys that got destroyed by the big dude, the Sabbat are basically a clan of like an unofficial, well, maybe they are, I don't know. So they're basically I guess you could say a faction. Yeah, a faction. That's a better word. A fact. They're not a clan. They're a faction of different vampire clans. You know, a bunch of different clans that joined up together to create the Sabbat. Basically, the Sabbat are a faction that do not care for the Masquerade. They just want to kill humans, drink all the blood they can, and take over, and, blah, blah, blah. They don't give a shit about the Masquerade. They don't care about humans seeing them for what they are, and that's a big problem for the Masquerade. Okay, and then we got our lock picking. So we're gonna pick this lock. And then we succeeded. And then, just like with other RPGs, security, which is your lock picking, there are gonna be locks and stuff that require higher security level to be able to do.
Shortcut. Well, nicely done, though. Not exactly an angel in life, were you?
I know how to handle myself.
Cool. Now, if you want a lesson on how really not to act, take notes from those Sabbat assholes. You're a big bad vampire. Yeah, great, congrats. Now keep it to yourself. You go roar and you beat your chest, and that's what you can expect.
Yep. Just get killed. Wait, I still got that list of people from high school. Why not?
It's the same reason you don't let humans see you feeding. It's why the wolf doesn't want the sheep to know he's there. It's also why you don't go juggling dumpsters or outrun the 815 from Sacramento. And it's why you didn't know any of this when you woke up this morning.
Ah, I get it.
Keep our secret,
Yep.
and you make things easier on all of us. We're living in the age of cell phone cameras. Fuck-ups ain't tolerated. Makes sense enough, right? Well, it ain't a casual thing for a fledgling like you.
What do you mean? What could happen?
That party back there with the guy in the suit and the Magilla Gorilla? The assholes that put your sire to death? That's the Camarilla.
Yep.
They make a tidy business out of enforcing vampire laws like this one.
Camarilla. So they're like the vampire good guys?
Yeah, I'll tell you what I think some other time, maybe. I like to let people form their own opinions.
Alright, so what's next?
Alright, now don't worry, because I know the area a little. And you know what? I'm glad we're in this situation, you and I. It illustrates a point. You gotta utilize your surroundings.
Okay, but what does that mean exactly?
You do what you gotta do. Theft, destruction of property, breaking and entering. These will be the least of your sins before the night's out. So look around here. We gotta get out the back there through that magnetically sealed door. There must be a key someplace.
I'll find it. Okay, yeah, so area indicators. So combat, if you see the icon, so yeah, it's gonna be right above where your health meter is. If it's a gun, that means there's gonna be a combat zone and you can kill anybody you want. If you see the mask, it means you have to hide your identity from the Masquerade. And then the E, the little fancy looking E, is the Elysium, where it's neutral ground and you're not allowed to do anything. Masquerade area, yeah. So yeah, so right now we have the gun icon, so that means we have free reign to kill our enemies and use our vampire powers without consequences. If it's a mask, we have to uphold the masquerade and hide our identity, our vampire abilities and stuff like that. And the Elysium, like I said, can't do nothing other than like blood buff or blood heal or lockpicking. Um, so yeah, so he explained it. Camarilla, basically, they're the vampire law. They're the ones that created the mask. I'm pretty sure they're the ones that created the masquerade. They're the ones that enforced the masquerade. The big giant dude that we saw that killed the Sabbat, he's, I don't think he has an official name. He's just the sheriff. Basically, the sheriff is the guy that is in charge of, like, enforcing the masquerade, making sure that everybody's following the rules with the masquerade. And he's the guy that deals with problems. Every city in the USA, because as far as I know, most of the Vampire Masquerade takes place in the U.S. I'm not sure how the Vampire Society in other countries work, but in the U.S., that's how it works. When the sheriff goes around, deals with problems, you know, like the Sabbat that are going around breaking the masquerade. Then you got the Prince, like the guy who was talking at our trial, the British dude. He's the Prince of L.A. Every state, every city has their own prince. And this guy and the guy that was at our thing is the current Prince of LA. Anyways, we can use this computer. Yeah, so computers are helpful for stuff like that. Another thing to know is that okay, let's read the note. Password chop shop. So yeah, so for this game, everything in this game requires you gotta write stuff down. This is not a game where password accepted. Lock. Alright. Okay, how do I exit? I forgot. There we go. So yeah, so everything in this game, like for computers, and passwords and all that, you gotta write this down. Or you gotta look it up yourself. I'm probably gonna write it down, because to find a whole list is gonna take fucking forever. Anyway, so we got the Chop Shop key card. So
There we
take that.
go. Now take that key card and head out the back. I'll meet you out in the alley there. I'm gonna check out things from topside.
Got it. Yeah, I already know that. So yeah, so everything requires you to you gotta pay attention. So you gotta write down passwords to know, and you gotta write them down and what they're for, because you're gonna be writing down a bunch of passwords and you're not gonna know what terminal they're for. You gotta write stuff down. You gotta constantly be checking your quest log, because you're not gonna be there's no quest markers in this game. There's no maps. Like, there's little maps in the hub areas and stuff like that, but for the most part, there's no maps. You gotta make sure you pay attention and look at your quest log. Or, you can go on the wiki and look stuff up, but if you're trying to be like old school, back in the day, yeah, you had to look all this stuff. You had to, like, pay attention on your own. Oh, we got hit by some Sabbat. Here comes Jack. We've been hit. So yeah, so when we get hit, we lose health, and then if your health bar has like a yellow thing, then that means you can regenerate that lost portion of health. But if there's no yellow, then that means that health is gone until you feed on either a blood bag, or on a human, or rats sometimes.
Fucking waste of unlife, these Sabbat vatos. You get winged? Hey, look at them potholes. Those will close up soon enough. Better feed though. There's someone down the stairs here. It's not the freshest catch, but he'll do.
What's the difference? Blood's blood, right?
Well, when it comes to feeding, it's quality blood you're looking for, not the quantity. Bums and lowlife don't pack the same punch that a healthy, well-bred human will. Juice bags with a pedigree. That's the good stuff. But you gotta take what you can get. You ever had a PhD, kid? Ooh, that's good stuff.
If you say so.
Remember what I said, though. Don't kill them. At least not the innocent ones. You're a monster now. Make no mistake. One of the damned and the fallen. You need to hold on to every last shred of humanity you have.
Let's say I get a little overzealous. What happens then?
An innocent's an innocent. You kill one, even a worthless bum, even by accident, and it's gonna cost you a piece of your own humanity. Bring you closer to that beast you got welling up inside you.
Beast? What exactly does that mean?
The beast, it's always there, waiting to take over. When it does, it's like a wild animal wearing your skin. Desperate, scared, reckless. They'll do anything to survive, and it's you that has to deal with the consequences.
So I can't kill anyone? That seems a little restricting.
I said innocent humans. If some asshole levels a 12 gauge your way, you drain him, skin him, and bash in his skull. Self-preservation is a vital
Yeah, so basically
part of
just
humanity
don't
after
kill
all.
innocent people,
My favorite part, in
and
fact.
you're allowed to kill anybody that's hostile against you. Self-defense. I think I follow.
The only way to fight the beast is to keep in touch with your humanity, and don't go hungry. It's a fine line.
Got it.
Alright, now go feed. Careful, though. He's gonna drain fast.
Be back in a minute. So yeah, so for homeless people, yeah, so don't drink. Yeah, so for homeless people like him, they're gonna have lower quality blood, which means they'll have less blood, and they will be drained faster, and potentially you might accidentally kill them easier. So see, look how fast he's getting drained. So yeah, so homeless people like him, they're gonna get their blood drained much more faster because they have less blood to give you compared to the guy we had drained earlier, who you saw his thing was draining very slowly, and because he had more blood. So you want to try to go for higher quality, more healthy people to drain blood from, but homeless people are here as last resorts if you need blood fast.
Not quite as good, huh? Eh, you can do worse. There's some rats down the way. You think I'm kidding? You can survive feeding on animals if you can stomach that kind of thing.
Worse than a bum's neck. That scarf tasted like old gym socks.
Well, give it a try.
I'll think about it. Then like you say, you can feed on rats. Rats are also another last resort kind of thing. They're not really they'll give you like a small amount, but they're not your best source. Like I said, last resort. And if you played as a Ventru, you would get sick out of feeding on rats or that homeless guy, because Ventru only want healthy people, because otherwise they get sick and get debuffs.
You rat sucker. Hey, I don't care what you do, but just so you know, polite vampire society looks down on that kind of thing.
Yep, like I said, Ventru. Huh. Well, After tasting one of those, I don't blame them.
Keep it down. Got someone around the way here.
Just one guy?
Not too much of a threat by himself, but you never know if there's more in shouting range. You're gonna have to sneak past.
Sneak where?
The building across from us with the garage door. There's some double doors on the far side. I'll meet you inside. Just stay low and stick to the shadows. And don't let him see you.
I'll do my best. See you in a minute.
Alright, go.
Gone. Crouching with control. And then, you got your stealth meter like usual. Alright, this way here. So yeah, so we got somebody around, so you want to, so like any other stealth game, you want to try to avoid being seen as much as possible. Stick to the shadows. You got that little white bar that shows you how visible you are. You want to try to not get, yep, there we go, we've been detected. Rip. Got detected and I lost some health from that. I didn't think the guy was right there, like Jesus. Okay, we want to wait for him to turn. Jesus, what the hell? And we made it.
Keep it quiet. They're inside here. Seems that shovelhead outside just got separated from his pack. He's wounded too. Go take care of him. Don't worry. He's probably greener than you.
What makes you think that?
The Savant, you see, they don't have the most rigorous training program. In fact, that poor sod is lucky if he knows he's a vampire.
How can that be?
He's probably just turned and beaten over the head. They like to do that, make shock troops, cannon fodder, put him out of his misery.
do my best.
He is a vampire, so be ready.
I was born ready.
Go get him.
I'm on it. I always feel like that's kind of sound like something that kind of sucked. That, you know, that would be sucking. Like, just imagine, like, you become a vampire without even knowing it, and then you try to go out in the morning and you just die because you don't realize that you're a vampire. So you just fucking die. Oh. We got our first kill.
That. Sounds like you got another pack moving in, though. The Sabat are going all out. Better head underground, avoid straight bullets.
Sounds like a good strategy.
Go get the tire iron that shovelhead dropped. He ain't gonna need it.
Okay. Oh, okay. Didn't realize. I guess I missed that. Okay, so we got our first weapon, and then we'll equip it from our menu. If I can find it, where is it? Here we go. No, god damn it, press the wrong button. And then yeah, then we also got like a hotbar menu, but yeah, for the most part, I just use the menu itself. Oh, I unequipped it. God damn it! I gotta remember what the button is to have. Yeah, I gotta remember what the hotkey thing is. 'Cause I know there's like a thing that you can. There we go. Okay. There we go. There we go. What was that? Okay. Okay. Gotta remember that. There we go. Now I set my hotkey. Oh no! I don't want to attack Jack. What am I doing again?
All right, head down into the
there we go.
basement through the grate in there. Keep that tire iron handy. I'll be there in a minute.
See ya. Come on. There we go. What's this? Oh, it's a cop.
Stop! You! Just stay back. Keep your distance.
Alright.
Now who the hell are you?
You violated the law.
Involved in all this? 'Cause I'm gonna radio this in, and SWAT will be all over this place.
No, but if SWAT comes down, they'll drive the gunmen down here. Do you want that?
No. Well, I left my radio in the Caprice anyway.
Look, I'm just trying to escape. Is there another way out?
Yeah, okay. Alright. This way. This will lead us up to the warehouse. We can maybe sneak out that way.
Better stay here. It is too dangerous for you. And then the cop just listens to me because, sure. Okay, now we can do stealth kills.
Not sure what's going on. Sounds like the Sabat's getting scattered. I'm gonna keep an ear to the ground. Be careful going forward here. Could be a whole mess of them holed up.
More the merrier. And then you got your disciplines like Blood Heal, which, as this is called, will heal you. Blood Buff is, you know, your buffs. Actually, wait, no. Let's do Blood. Stop! Hold on. How do I... Yeah, right mouse. So yeah, so Blood Buff is basically like, yeah, like it says your like it buffs you, buffs all your stats and skills for a limited amount of time. So if you having trouble opening a lock, then you can use Blood Buff to possibly be able to have enough. Tremere have 3 disciplines. Some allergy, whatever the fuck it's called, blood magic. Auspics lets you see the aura of others and dominate. Auspic lets you see aura. So yeah, so now he's glowing like that, so we can see his aura and stuff. Beat his ass. Come on. There we go. Why is the door not opening? killed him, so the door should be opening. Oh no.
I think they're clearing out. There's no need to go stirring
Why
up
have
the
to go?
hornet's nest till we know the score, though. Head through here. Come to an elevator around the way.
I'll meet you over there.
Meet you there. Don't let them catch you.
No problem. I didn't realize I had to talk to Jack. Oh god, it's so dark. Dahmer G is a sword retriever targeted. Blood strike. Let's do blood strike. Yeah, blood magic. Dominate lets you take control. Yep. Trance, I'm guessing. Oh, we're crouch. Yep, we dominate him. Now he's like paralyzed, so we can go in for the kill. Oh. I guess we just don't attack him. Oh, you know, we can just... There we go. There we go, there we go. I guess that's what they wanted me to do, so sneak attack. So I was wondering, I was like, well, why would I fail? Pick up objects and throw them to distract people, or you can hurt them like that. Damn it, come on. You've been spotted. How dare you?
Huh?
Don't see me, don't see me, don't see me. Oh, come on. It wasn't even looking in my direction.
Huh?
Fuck it, just dominate him. Oh, God.
Fucking humans. Gangbangers protecting their turf. Oh, man. I'm here thinking it's Sabat moving up in here. It's the fucking locals about to take one for the hood.
So we're done with Sabat, now we're just gonna fight regular humans.
They've probably seen too much. Here.
No
take
witnesses.
This 38. Fucking pea shooter, but a few shots in it will take down a human.
Thanks.
Well, I'm gonna want it back, so don't go die and lose it. I don't use guns much. They're noisy, they're clumsy, practically useless against vampires, but still, a Kindred's gotta keep up with the times. And in modern-day Los Angeles, that means coming strapped.
Gotta get the gat. Useless against vampires?
Well, yeah, some are more lethal than others, of course. Watch out for those shotguns. Ouch, those things can smart, I tell you.
I hear you.
Head up and clear out what's left of them. Can't have them running their mouths about any of this. I'm gonna make sure there's no stragglers around outside.
Okie dokie. Alright, we got a gun. Now, I think 2. No. Okay, range weapons. Let us put in armor. There we go. There's a bottle on the crate. Aim your crosshair, so yeah. There we got ammo. Take all the ammo. So yeah, so aiming in this game is also kind of... Like, guns in this game is a little wonky. So every time you shoot, you gotta wait for, like, the crosshair to go, you know, like, you see how when you move, the crosshair's looking like that? You gotta wait for that to, you gotta wait for the crosshair to go be centered like that, because that's how you aim. You can't aim, like, there's no real way, you know, this was before aiming down sights. You just gotta wait for the crosshair to, like, go down center. As you, when you increase your range weapon, you know, your gun skill, you'll be able to, like, I believe it goes down faster, and, you know, they'll have better aim. But for now, guns aren't really important for the early game. For like the late game, like late to end game, guns end up becoming way more useful. But for like the early to middle game, you just want to mostly focus on melee. I think that's all of them. Yep. And Jack is right here.
That's it, kiddo. Just like that, and it's all over. Everyone slinks back to their corners of the city for the night.
That's it. It's all over.
Until the next night when the Camarilla
And then, yep, we got 2 experience for completing the quest.
Parry, dodge, spin, and all that, and so on, and so on, and so on.
So this is my normal.
Well, to be honest, you came at an interesting time, let's say. The Camarilla, the Sabat. Now, in LA, these are the new kids on the block. There's already plenty of Kindred had stakes down in California long before them. Now, we got every ancient Kindred.
We got turned into a vampire when there's like a very delicate power balance going on right now.
A lot of fear. A lot of jittery, high-strung predators clinging to their little pieces of eternity.
You're losing me here, Jack.
Oh, boy.
It's my chauffeur.
Oh, I think they're looking for you outside. Guess you got a cab to catch. Was hoping to fill you in on a little bit more, but nah, hell, you'll figure it all out.
I will sleep over, but I would like to keep the gun.
If you make it back, stop in at the last round. It's this bar downtown here. I'll fill you in on the politics. Now that's the stuff that'll kill you. Good luck.
And with that, we have finished the tutorial for the game. We got 2 experience points that we can use for any of our skills or attributes. And we are now at our haven. And we got our quest log updated. The Prince LaCroix has dictated that you are to meet with an agent of his named Mercurio in Santa Monica. And then, yep, and then we got 2 experience points that we can put into anything that we want. I think I will put 1 into melee. Oh wait, no, we can't. Forgot. Each skill has like a set cost. Like here, if you want more melee, you need 3 points. What can I do that's like 2? Absolutely nothing. We cannot spend points on anything. Yeah, because we need a lot of his 3. Okay, never mind. Can't do nothing. So yeah, we are going to save the game. I'll just name it myself. Okay, and with that, we are done with the tutorial, and this is gonna be, I'm gonna be calling it for this first episode of my Let's Play of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and next time we will continue on our vampiric journey into the world of darkness. This is TitansBane signing out, and I will see you all next time. Take care, and goodbye.